Yeah, what's up?
What's the tracking on there?
Tracking is how fast the mouse will move.
No.
So if we go to trackpad and tracking speed, so how fast will it move? I can make it move really fast or really slow. Same thing you can do with your mouse. I prefer it to be a little bit faster. Okay?
Yes, let the computers decide.
The computer does decide for you initially, but you can change it. All right, the next thing is adding your Shoutlet email to your mail application. So I put my doc here on the left-hand side. Go ahead and click on Mail. If you've already added it in, then you'll see this. But if you haven't, it'll just pop up with something like this where you'll have your preferences. If I go to add a new account, I hit the plus button. And then here I can add in my email address, my password. If I want to add in my Gmail account, which Shoutlet is, just type it in. There we go. And automatically sets it up for you. You can choose to include notes, calendars, reminders, and messages as well.
Can you only tie one account to it?
You can tie as many accounts as you want to this.
They all come in together then?
You'll be able to specify which account you want to see. So here I'll have my inbox with my Gmail and my work. I'm actually going to delete that account.
It says incoming mail server. What do you put for that? Is that just Gmail or is that Shoutlet?
Incoming mail server, if you're going to add it, I can probably help you offline because I think it's a little bit more complicated with setting up the Shoutlet one. It doesn't just recognize it. You have to do, I think, exchange.google.com or something like that.
Okay.
I'll help you out with that offline. All right, so the next thing is creating and, the next thing is organizing your email. So I guess I should open that back up. You guys want to read my email? So in here I have folders that I've created, or mailboxes. On the side I have one for tech therapy, so all of the messages that come into me for tech therapy will wind up in this folder. I've got approval requests on any accounts that I'm on that use workflow. They automatically are added to my email, so I don't want to see them in my inbox. I funnel them to this folder. Listing reports every Monday, invite responses, they clutter your email really quickly. So I just created these folders. To create a new folder, down in the bottom left corner you have a plus button. It's a new mailbox. Then you choose where you're putting it. On my Mac is on your computer. If we choose Gmail, then it's going to be on the server so you can still access it on the web and on your other devices. So you really want to make sure it's on Gmail and not on your Mac. Okay, so we'll just choose Gmail, and then we'll put it on that top level. We can say new mailbox. So now I have this new mailbox, and let's say I want everything that comes from Caitlin to wind up here. So I go to my message here. I got a message from Caitlin. So now I can go to Mail Preferences and Rules. In here I can add a new rule, and it just says Caitlin. So if any of the following conditions are met, any recipient contains down here in Shoutlet, I don't want that. I want from is equal to, and then since I selected that message, it automatically put her in there, so I don't have to do anything else. It says move message. I can change this to copy message. I can change it to bounce or reply or forward, delete, mark, whatever. But I'm going to choose add it to new mailbox. So now any message that Caitlin sends me goes to this mailbox automatically. I don't have to see it. It will pop up as a 1 or a 2 over here in the folder on the left.
So Don, do you have like a system for then going back and checking those? Because I mean, how do you know when you're getting new messages filtered into there? Because like it looks like you have 392 calendar invites. Are those all new that you haven't looked at?
These are the responses, not the
Okay.
invites.
Okay.
So I have it set up to where
I see.
anybody that accepts my invites stays out of my inbox because
Okay.
I invite a lot of people to a lot of things. So
I never get invited.
yeah, well, you're invited to this. Yeah, so I don't want to get these in my inbox, so I filter them to this folder.
Okay.
You will see these numbers here, 392, 256. These are the unread messages in that mailbox.
Okay.
So it still shows up as an unread message. You still are notified, but it's going to be in this mailbox. If it's in the way, like if I want to be able to see it the same level as I see my inbox, I can create shortcuts up here by dragging this folder. I'm just going to rename it. Oops. Caitlin. And now I can drag it to the top here. And now I can quickly access that mailbox, or quickly access this mailbox, or this mailbox, or this one. Okay? So that's how you organize mail. I know there's obviously a lot more you can do with this stuff. I'm just showing you some high-level things. Organizing bookmarks. So let's create a new window here. So I have my bookmarks organized in folders, and I was able to drag content to the bookmarks bar here. And I have a folder, a drop-down menu for accounts. These are all my accounts that I have access to, info. So my bookmarks are organized to the point where it's not just a big giant mess, really. I can click on social and see all the social accounts I want to go to. Keg, anything from there. And the most important thing I have on here is fantasy football, which is over. Charlotte, Trello, and calendar. To organize these guys, all you have to do is click on the little book, and then it's going to take you here to your bookmarks bar, your bookmarks menu, and all the folders that I've created in here. To create a new folder, you just hit the plus button at the bottom, in the folder, and then you can spill open any of these other ones and drag bookmarks to it. So now this new folder I just created has that one. If I want to move any of these out of my bookmarks bar, seeing as how it's not fantasy football season anymore, I can just drag this stuff around. I can delete that folder. I can drag this to my bookmarks menu instead, and now it's no longer on my bookmarks bar. Now it's in here, in the bookmarks menu. So you can spill these open, move them around, rearrange them. Let's say I wanted Facebook developers to be above Facebook, or I wanted Twitter to be above that. Now when I click on social, it's organized in that same way. To add a bookmark, let's say I wanted to add Zendesk, why not? Say I wanted to add this as a bookmark. All I have to do, here's the easiest thing I can do, is just drag it to my bookmarks bar, and it's there. Or I could just hit the little send button right here and add it as a bookmark. And then it asks me where I want to add it. So I can add it to my top sites, my bookmarks bar, which is just what I did with dragging it, or to any of the folders that I've already created. Just like that. And now it's in Essentials. I could also just drag it to the folder. If I have two in there, I want to get rid of it. Again, I can go and edit my bookmarks. Oops. Right there. I also want to show you how to set your home page. Notice that when I open new tabs, it opens with my calendar. I find that to be very efficient, so that's how I did it. If you go to Preferences, you can go to your General Preferences and set your home page to whatever you want. Easiest way to do that is to navigate to your Google Calendar and hit Set to Current Page. Otherwise, you just have to copy the URL and paste it in there. Either one will work. Okay. Chrome works very similarly to Safari when we're organizing bookmarks. Let me just open that real quick. Chrome doesn't have a little button that will show me, well, actually up here it's giving me this other bookmarks, which is the menu up here. But if I go to Bookmark Manager, that's where I'm able to create and edit. So I can move this around, select any of these guys, move the bookmarks in and out. So I want to move Shoutlet Beta to Info. Now it's in there.
Do you prefer Safari to Chrome?
I do, but that's just because I'm used to it.
Okay.
A lot of people prefer Chrome. I think developers prefer Chrome because you can do more with it.
Okay.
Within the bookmark manager, where do you create a new folder?
On Chrome? That's a good question. Let me find out. Right click works.
Oh, good. Also, if you're in there and you click on the little star above to save it, I think it gives you the option to pick where, and you can pick new folder.
Over here.
Yeah.
There we go. So we can add a new bookmark with the star as well. Okay. Any questions on any of this so far? No? Okay. So I want to show you guys some tips and tricks as well. So I have a few keyboard shortcuts that are going to help. One of them is to quickly switch applications with Command and Tab. So if you've got several things open at once, switch to Safari, switch back to Chrome, and it will always switch first to the last application that you've used. So if you're going between a couple different things, like I use Notes and Safari, for example, when I'm giving a presentation. So I can go to Notes, Safari, Notes, Safari, just Command and Tab. If I want to copy and paste something, I just have to select it, Command C for copy, Command V for paste. Just like on a PC, we just substitute the Command key for the Control key. Okay, I actually made a list of these, so we can go over that. Desktop. Here we are. So I'll open this up so you can see it better. So I've created a key here that shows what each of these symbols mean, and then we have quick shortcuts that I've come up with to show you guys. I will email this to you, and you'll be able to print it out and stick it to your monitor or whatever. Okay?
Is there an image copy function where you can just paste it right into an application directly as opposed to it being stored on your desktop?
If you're in Safari, for example, or if you're in a browser, you should be able to just drag the image to the file that you have if it's open. Like let's say you have a Word document, you should be able to drag it directly from the browser to the document and drop it in there.
What if I'm taking a screenshot?
If you're taking a screenshot, there's a couple of things in here. You can do Shift Command 4 to do a targeted screenshot where you basically draw a box and take a screenshot. Or you can do Shift Command 3 and take a full screen screenshot.
Is there any way to like paste that to the clipboard?
I'm not sure off the top of my head right now if it goes straight to clipboard. There may be a way to do it, I just have to look at it. But if you create a screenshot, it's going to automatically go to your desktop. So it will be on the desktop here. Okay. We also have trackpad gestures. So here if I want to scroll between different areas, here is my dashboard. So I put Madison's weather on there, a little calculator. I put time zones of people that I was working with on here. I put stocks, which was already on there by default. Temperature conversion, so I convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit, so I can complain about the temperature to people in other countries. Here I've got my clear slide info. I can just copy and paste and put on any invite right away. Just swipe, copy and paste. Same with my info, anytime the account managers want it. To create any of these new widgets, you just hit the plus button and choose from this list here and just drag it in. Let's say I wanted flight tracker. I could just click on it and there it is. Look and see if my flight is on time. Okay. We also have Zoom. So if I'm on a website here, let's go to calendar. I wonder if the calendar will let me zoom. Let's go to Charlotte.com. All right. So that double tap zoom is right here. Just double tap on the keyboard or double tap on the mouse and zoom in, zoom out. Should also be able to do so by pinching and zooming on your trackpad, just like you would on a phone. Zoom in, zoom out. If you'd rather not do it manually, if you'd rather do it one step at a time, Command and plus will zoom in one level each time you do it. And Command minus will go backwards. Command 0 will reset it to normal. So if you've gone in too far and you want to go straight back to normal, Command 0 will do that.
I have a question.
Sure.
Is there a way to do that on a Google Plus Hangout? Can you make the Google Plus video take up the whole screen, or is that not a capability?
That is a good question. You might be able to put this in full screen by hitting that button right there.
Which button did you hit? I'm sorry, I missed it.
So in the very top right corner of the browser, there's a little full screen button. So two
Yes.
arrows pointing in opposite directions. That will hide the address bar and hide your menu bar at the top. So it will essentially make the browser full screen, which makes your Hangout full screen.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I also want to show you guys how to rename files quickly and how to attach files to new emails. So I'm going to minimize this guy, close some of this. Actually, I want to show you something else. Another keyboard shortcut is Command Q. That'll just quit an application. If you want to quit a whole bunch of things before shutting down, hold Command, hit Tab, and you can tab between everything, and just hit Q while you're in here to quit. Okay. If I want to rename this file right here, I can just select it and hit Return. That allows me to rename it. And just hit Return again to solidify that name. A lot of people will click on it once and wait and then type it. If you want to add this to an email, if you want to just attach this real quick, just drag it to the email icon and let go. Automatically opens up a new message and attaches that file to it. Yeah, but I mean, if you use Thunderbird, I think that will work too. Hey, Poppy, you use Thunderbird?
I do.
When you drag a file to the Thunderbird icon, it does open a new message with a new attachment, right? If you grab a file and drag it to the icon,
I don't know, so let's try.
okay, so Mac Mail. Yeah, the alternative is to hit the little paper clip and then choose in Finder. I think it's easier to just grab it and drag. Okay. What else was I going to show you guys? Sometimes you'll have a whole bunch of files in one place, like this. I have a little shortcut here for all the customers I've worked with, where I have the welcome information, any files that we've worked on together. And if I want to find one quickly, what I can do is select them and make them a different color with a label here. So I can label them as red or green or blue or any color I want. And then I can find it easier. I have a path set up from Shoutlet Docs to implementation to customers to get there. But instead of going that route every time, I wanted to create a shortcut, so I just grabbed that folder and put it on my sidebar. I could also put it on my dock. So down here, I have keg photos. There's my customers one. I'll take it off for now. If I want to add it back, just grab it, put that folder on my dock, and then later on, if I want to get there easily, I just click on it, and there's all of my customers. If I'd prefer to look at it as a list instead, I can just right-click on it, display as, or view content as list. So then, click on it. There's quick access to that folder and all of its contents. Does all this make sense?
Can you show how to move the dock onto the side?
Yes. So the most straightforward way is just go to System Preferences, Dock. I guess there's also Dock here, and choose it. Position left, position on bottom, position on right. Or if you click Dock Preferences, it takes you right here. We can choose whether or not magnification is turned on. So as I'm going through all of these icons, whether or not they look pretty and jump up for me. I can also position it on the bottom or on the right, I'll choose the left. You guys have any other questions? Is there anything else that you'd like to see or you'd like to get more efficient with that maybe we can talk about?
I have a question.
Sure.
I've noticed since I got my new computer this summer that when I want to find a file in the Finder, it used to let me sort by like last modified date and time.
Yeah.
It doesn't let me sort like that anymore. Is that totally gone, or is that a setting?
So you'd have to look at it as a list, date modified. So you just change it up here.
Well, like usually I'm looking for stuff on my desktop. So if you go to desktop on the left, see, mine doesn't do it. Mine doesn't. That's weird. Yours is different than mine.
Are you on a
Okay.
different operating system than I am? Are you on Mavericks by chance?
I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't used that one, so I don't really know.
Whatever Cam put on my computer is what I have.
Can you right-click on the name or the modified? Is that what she's looking for?
Oh,
That might also be it. Yeah, if you right-click on the menu here, you can choose what shows up in here. So maybe
Yeah.
you can right-click on it and see if date modified is not checked.
Yeah, it is checked, but I used to be able to click on the word state modified and then it would sort it. So,
It should sort it. I'm gonna take a bunch of screenshots here. It should sort it.
I've kind of learned how to use it now. Thanks.
There we go. That works.
Like, I'd be able to click on any of those options and then everything would resort based on that, but it's not a big deal.
Okay.
I have a quick question, Don.
Sure.
Do you have any advice on like helping your computer run faster? I don't know if I just have like too much crap on my computer or what, but over the last few months it started to run really slow. Is there any like efficiency tip you would recommend?
I would normally tell you how to clear the cache, but I'm worried about telling people that. I don't want them to delete the wrong things. Let's see. One thing to do is make sure you don't have as much on your desktop. So when you're starting up.
I have a lot on my desktop.
So I only have this one file on here. That should help.
I found what Kara's talking about. If that helps at all.
Well, let's look at it offline. We'll check it out.
Suggestions
Cool.
for a Mac equivalent to like a Notepad++ where you can paste things in and straighten that off one day.
Could you create a shortcut?
Oh.
And does that affect your efficiency, or is that the same as having it on your desktop?
Create a shortcut for like an alias.
Yeah, like an alias to the folders instead of having all the folders on your desktop. Does that help efficiency, or is it still slowing you down?
I mean, I don't know if that would actually slow you down or not. I mean, if you're going to create shortcuts to things, you can always put those shortcuts in the dock or in the sidebar in Finder. But yeah, you could always right-click and create an alias.
Herschel had a
Yeah, Herschel had a
question.
question. You ask that again.
Yeah,
You're looking for.
just wondering if there's a Mac equivalent to a Microsoft Notepad++ program, which is basically a text editor that strips out all formatting when you paste into it.
We have the closest thing is Notepad, or maybe it's called Text Edit. That's right, Text Edit.
See
Yeah.
formatting when you paste in.
So if you highlight it,
Yeah, Don's thing here. But if you're in text edit and you want to paste something without formatting, you just go to edit and then click paste and match style. And then paste it with the actual style of the document. So if you want to put that in the fonts or
or you can also highlight it and then underneath format there's plain text or something.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yep.
For those shortcuts, what is that arrow?
That arrow. Good question, Poppy. I actually have a document with a key. So that arrow is the shift key. So Poppy brings up a good point. If you are looking for other shortcuts, the menu bar houses all of them. So if you're in there and you wanted to learn how to do something more quickly, Just hover over it, and you'll see the keyboard combinations to get there. You can also make your own in System Preferences. You can go to Keyboard Shortcuts, that's Keyboard, and then Keyboard Shortcuts, and you can create more shortcuts from here as well. Okay. You guys have any other questions or anything else you wanted to cover?
See, you see, you make your own custom shortcuts. You can just make it Control C and D for copy and paste.
You could. Sure. As long as it's not being used by anything else. You can make it application specific or you can make it global. Yep. I set my notes here to automatically file neatly whenever I do Option Command C. So if they were all scattered, I could do Option Command C, automatically come back.
And the System Preferences.
It is in Keyboard Shortcuts. Yeah. Awesome. I think we've hit our time limit, so if we have nothing else, I mean, feel free to chat me or stop at my desk, email me if you guys have any other questions or you wanted to learn more.
What Pro Tool are you specialized in?
Aperture, that is my Pro Tool.
We'll be sending out a video link of this too, in case you missed anything or want to go over it again. So.
Yep, so Caitlin's saying that we will send out a video recording of this.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you, Don.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, you guys.